Alright guys, Jack from Mx5 Modified. Today we're here with Sam. What we're doing today, Sam?
Carbon fibre.
Carbon fibre. We're doing the dome that goes over your gauges. Yeah, behind the wheel goes over your gauges. So we're just going to skin it. I've also I made a template. I might be making some side skirts like this with carbon fibre over the top. So I'm going to give it a go on this, see what it looks like, see if I want to do it. And that's it for today. I'm going to be doing some more carbon fibre parts, splitters, diffusers, other little bits and bats. But this is going to be a how-to guide of how to skin one of these. We have split it in two. So there's two screws you can take out. If we can get back in. Screw there, and they're already taken out, and then it does snap off around here, so you do have to give it a bit of a pull, and then it'll come apart. And then we're just gonna glue it back in place and screw it back up, and that'll be okay. It'll be much easier to do it separate, so we get a nice clean edge from where we want the carbon fibre to be. So enjoy. Okay. So we're gonna sand it down, a bit of 120 grit, so you can get, so it's got a better key, so you can start on that sand. Now that's done, we need to clean it all. We do normally use isopropyl alcohol, but we've run out, so we're going to use some glass cleaner. You have to be very careful with this, it's very delicate. Very delicate to work with. So we're just going to measure out how much we'll need. I'm going to leave some overhang as well. Have we got scissors, Sam?
Skizzles.
Falls down. So, what you can do, doesn't matter which way it goes. I don't think it does. No, it's both. It's basically the same. If you look, it just goes over it nicely. Then here we will have to push it round. we'll try his best round there. Yeah, it's fitting on there. Okay. I actually need to cut a piece for this.
How do you get it to stick?
You put the resin on.
Okay.
So after this, we're going to put a base coat, a black epoxy base coat. You put that on, leave it for a couple of hours, let it go sticky, and then you can put the carbon fibre over, and then you put another layer of XCR epoxy coating on, and then that's it, kind of solid. Then you got to leave it then overnight. Nice, thick, even coat you want to do. Then give it a couple hours, let it go a bit tacky, so you can just stick the carbon fibre straight onto it. What I suggest you do is probably go around and trim all the excess on. Look at that.
Feel like my main bit. Yeah, I'll cut that.
That's beautiful. So do you want to go around and trim it all?
Yeah.
Okay. Next step now is to do the epoxy resin coat. See, do the same as we did before. Is it before E? Take them off. We're back the next day. Hasn't gone as planned. It has peeled back around there. So on the top isn't too bad, but it's not perfect. You can still see there's bits of fibre which just don't look that nice. So we might be cutting this edge off, sanding it down again, and then instead putting a piece of carbon fibre down, wetting it out with resin, and then folding it all over and see if that makes any difference. We'll give that a try.
Yeah, so on this bit here where it started to lift out, basically it's supposed to come all the way around to there, this bit here. So that bit can do that, but we're going to do it to about here, fold it all over, and then make sure that's stuck down, and then afterwards we'll cut it afterwards rather than cut it before.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's going to be the plan for next, but it's all just trial and error. And luckily this is a spare, so we got me cutting it. So guys, we're going to use some adhesive spray it on first, then lay the carbon on, then resin coat over it. So. Now I think we're going to leave it a little bit, let it go off a bit, make sure it's all okay, and then just resin coat with the XCR epoxy resin over it all. Make sure we soak it all nice, make sure it's all got a nice finish. Then we'll leave it to go off for 8 hours, and then it can be sanded, and then we can just keep adding layers of resin to it and build it up. I believe we've left this for about 15 minutes now, so we'll cut off all the excess that we don't really need. Okay, we've mixed up the epoxy XCR resin, and Sam's going to apply it maybe do it on that edge first, because then we can lift this up like this. And I can do it like that. I think you're best brushing this on, this bit here.
Okay.
Where's the brush? Leave that now. It says normally about 8 hours, but I was going to leave it 24. And I'll come back tomorrow and probably trim it. So, see you tomorrow. We're back now. It's been a few days. It's giving it time to go off. So what we're going to do is trim around all the edges. Then we're going to give it a sand down. I think I'll see what grit we've got. Maybe like a bit of 240 or 120. And then we're going to coat it up with resin. I think we'll give it 2 coats. You can do. You're meant to really do 3, but we're going to do 2 because it's gonna. You got to wait a couple of hours in between each coat.
And then do a final coat of clear coat.
Yeah, clear coat. We'll sand it down with 400 grit. I think we'll go down to 240. I think we'll go down to maybe, and then we'll clear coat it. We'll see how 400 does. So we'll start cutting this now. Nice and neat. So like that's the reason why I want to give it a resin coat first and then cut it, so you had that nice neat edge instead of trying to trim it. And then let me get words out.
Resin.
Not the resin. The pattern, the weave stays the same. Because sometimes you'll do it like on mine here, where if you can see around there, the weave just messed up and it wasn't nice at all. And on this underside there. I'm not going to carry on with the piece because I've decided I'm going to spray paint it back black first, then I'll just stick the carbon fibre over it. Cool. We're just going to sand it down. Sam wanted me to start with 240, so we'll do that. Might go down to 120, let's see. So that's the first coat done now. Come back in 2 hours and put the second coat on. Sometimes you'll get air bubbles, you can get that out just by using a heat gun. So we've left it over 24 hours now. It's not a great moment, so we're going to sand it down. Maybe give it another coat. Well, we will. We'll give it another coat of resin, I think. And then we'll have to sand that down again and then hit it with some clear coat. This is how it looks so far. Because it's not perfect, it's dimpling quite a bit in places. Okay, let's go. Okay, we've sanded this down with a bit of 120 grit. It isn't perfect, so we're going to give it another coat of resin. Try and fill out the bits where it dips down. It's for next day. It's still not perfect, it's better than it was. There's still a few bits where I haven't covered it properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand it down with some 120 grit. Try and get it as smooth as possible. So we've got this to be quite flat now. We finished it off with some 120 grit. We used a mouse as well because it was taking a while to be able to get it down flat. So we're just going to wipe all the dust off. See if there's any other bits that we need to sand down, like there we might sand down because you can still see a few marks. Much smoother. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's much better. So now we have finished it off with a bit of 240 grit, ready for the clear coat. There's some bits that aren't perfect, like here we went a bit too deep and gone past it. That don't seem to be full of resin there, but we're going to clear coat anyway. And see how this looks. Hey guys, we're back the next day. Now the clear coat has dried. Don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of deep scratches that you can see from the resin. So I'm going to be getting them out. And I'll see if you can see it on here. Don't know if you can really tell, but there's a lot of deep scratches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a bit 2000 grit. And then I am going to give it a compound and polish and see where we end up, and I'm hoping that will be a much better finish. So there is some imperfections. You can see there where the clear coat's a bit raised and it hasn't, the clear coat hasn't covered it fully down at the bottom. Same with the edges, a bit of resin is missing there. I think there's a bit of resin missing here as well. There. So it's not perfect, but I think for a first attempt, I don't think it's too bad. Next video I'm going to do is either going to be my side skirts or I'm doing the end plates for my spoiler. I want to do the end plates in carbon fibre. And then the side skirts, which are going to be like these. You can pick this stuff up from Juicens. You can either do what I'm going to be doing, which is use carbon fibre, or you can just paint it black, which I know Jordan's already done, and they look great. So yep, one of them is going to be the next video, so see you all shortly.